Hey everyone, Soundwave84 here, the Transformers Studio Series review. This week we take a look at Transformers ROTB Studio Series 108 Pablo, or Wheeljack as they call him in the movie. Here's a look at his box art. Very nice. Inside you get the backdrop, which is just the cliffside road chase scene. That's what this figure is based on from the movie. Turn to the side. Get some nice artwork here. Turn to the back. 28 steps get you all the way around. This is officially licensed product from Volkswagen. Cliffside chase. Big screen inspired, scale, detail, and backdrop. Turn to this side. Closer look up of the face. Of course, you get your handy dandy instructions, and you probably will need them for this figure. He is not all that complicated, but he does have a lot of stuff that's got to fold in certain ways, so it can become maybe a tad bit of a problem. And you get the Wheeljack figure. Now, I have really no problem calling this Wheeljack for the fact that if you view the movie series as just any other Transformers series, really the only characters really stayed similar in design, especially in robot mode, has been Optimus Prime. Even in vehicle mode, though, he's changed up a decent amount. But even Megatron, he's not looked silver and gray. Not until like animated came back around, and the characters sort of start trying to look similar to how they were in G1. Yeah, some of them. Prowl not looking like that. But so I don't have a problem with this being Wheeljack. The only reason I have a problem with this being Wheeljack was because this is a follow-up to the Bumblebee movie, and he looked totally different. I just don't like when they do a character and they change them so drastically from one movie to the next. Now, these are Transformers. I understand that they can transform their looks, but for the sense of continuity between films, it's just best to keep the characters looking pretty similar. RC looks similar enough, but I think in the Bowie movie, she's actually bigger. Now in Rise of the Beast, she's very tiny. So with that rant out of the way, let's go ahead and take a better look at this figure. Now we get that nice Steve Urkel head sculpt going on here. The big, thick, nerdy glasses. He's got nice, beautiful blue eyes. Oh, they're so beautiful. He's got the silver mouth. And it is sort of Wheeljack-esque with the silver here. I guess the blue, it's just... In the movie, he had the little horns that came out on the sides. If they gave this guy just a more Wheeljack-like head, I'd have been perfectly, fine with the rest of the body. You got the wheels up here. They're really tiny wheels. We transformed to a little tiny Volkswagen van. Now the suspenders in the rendering actually go all the way up to here, but I can see why they didn't do this here. It's one for transformation. It's going to be really hard to do that because you'll have to break pieces apart, and you don't want things that can actually snap off the figure. Trying to keep things from breaking. I do have a problem here with these little panels. I'm guessing with these little tabs. Little things, they just sit in here a little bit better. Nothing locks there, so it's easy to just move them around. So they can become a problem when you're trying to grab his arms. You're going to be moving these, but they do have a tight kind of like hinge here to where it catches. So it's not like it's going to be floppy. It's just, you're going to move them. They're not going to stay like tabbed in. Yeah, these little nipples up here, I mean a little high. Autobot insignia right there. You got that little rotor disc. So it reminds me of like C-3PO and stuff. Come down to the legs. Nothing bad here. It looks fine. His feet do sort of bother me. The way they just want to fold in here so easily. So just getting him to balance can be a problem for me sometimes. And the way his knees are, because of the transformation, how they can get this little hinge movement. Just be wary. Just be wary. Just be aware when you want to put him down. They see he wants to lean back. You just want to get everything just lined up perfectly to get him to standing. Now he does have a little bit of kibble on the back, mostly just the front of the van. You can fold it up top. It has a little more solid here and gives him a nice little waistline. Or you can come down here and give him that little back flap. So however you want to do that, but it also kind of fills in the gap here so it doesn't look so skinny in the waist. A few comparisons to other Studio Series Rise of the Beast figures. We have the Bumblebee and we have the Core Class RC. I do have Battle Trap, but he is actually upstairs next to my Teenage Mutant Turtles arcade. For some reason, he's just been hanging upstairs ever since I got him. Never even reviewed the figure, opened it, transformed him, stuck him up there, and that's where he's been. And with the Rise of the Beast line, Optimus Prime. This is the Voyager class Optimus Prime from the Rise of the Beast line. It's not Studio Series. It is, I believe, slightly smaller. Of course, it doesn't have as much, I think, paint and detail on it as the Studio Series version does. So the scale is going to be a little off compared to that figure. I think this scale here still works fine, in my opinion. Take a look at his weapon. This is his gun, which looks very familiar, and I honestly can't place it. It looks like a weapon that I've seen in some other characters. It reminds me of the pistol or the rifle that Ironhide and Ratchet carry. There we go. I found that. Yeah. So it just reminds me of that. This also translucent plastic on here. So on the rifle is this color here because of the translucent. They just use the leftover plastic they would use for his windshields. And then use it for the gun as well. And it does support blast effects. Articulation on this figure. The shoulders are what gives me a problem. You get this own thing here, which they'll move them up. The actual arm itself, you have to line it up with the certain piece back here. And then you'll get that up. You can get that on that ball joint there to make that rotate around like this. But you have that extra joint in there. You get a swivel at the elbow, 90 degrees at the elbow. No wrist swivels here. Head, you get an okay up, a slight down. I'm not sure. You can 360 all around. I thought maybe he'd hit the thing. I hadn't done that with him yet. You would get a 360 waist swivel. So as I'm trying to get his arms to move out of the way, you see. No full splits, hits there. You can see where he's going to get his upper thigh swivel up there. It's really tight on my figure. You got like double jointed knees in a way. You can get this weird articulation. So you can bend it back, but then bend it back down. It's weird. Ankle tilts to there. You can get a little rock this way as well. Heel spur folds in and out. Knees. I think I already did the knees. Yeah, I think that's his articulation right there. These pieces in the back, I'm afraid of breaking these. I have snapped these off just messing with the figure just because they're just in the way. They are translucent plastic, so be careful you're not going to snap. Alright, so let's transform this figure. Now when I first got this figure, I transformed him without the instructions. I just used the back of the box to look at his alt mode. And, you know, it was pretty intuitive. I had no problems except for figuring out, you know, do I need to swivel his waist 180? And once I just guessed it, and I was able to get things done. He does have a problem getting anything to tab in back on the legs. And I probably transformed him out of order. But here in this video, I will use the instructions, so I will give you the right order of transformation. Take his arms, I want to fold them up. Again, I'm going to keep rotating these. These things do give clearance issues. And when they did for me when I first did it, I actually haven't transformed him following the instructions. I just did it by myself without the instructions. You want to take them here at the little hinge, and we want to bring that up on the hinge. To the back side, we'll bring this piece up and fold this piece out here. Oh, shit. Yeah, there we go. And then fold that out. Alright, so here we're going to get his arms. You want to get them all the way up like this. So they're sitting like that against his head. You know, take these doors. Just want to fold them in like this. I can bring it down and then like this. I'm going to take on this piece here, where right above his suspenders. It's going to snap, undo it, bring it up like this. Now you're going to take him at that swivel point. And we're just going to swivel around 180. Come down to his feet, fold the heel spurs in. And his feet just go right on inside of his back legs. Back of his legs like that. You're going to take him and you're going to swivel him at this little knee. And there are tabs. We're going to tab this all together. Come here to his elbows. We're going to bend those up at the elbow joint. Open his doors up. Bring it back down on that joint. And we're going to fold his arms down. Get all the way on that joint too. Get that underneath. So this is a clearance issue part here. We want to get that down. We want to get that underneath the bottom. Now we're going to bring this down and around. And there are some tabs, and it's going to all line up here. Tab it together. Now you want to close his doors up on the sides. It's going to tab. It's going to tab here on the side. Sometimes you just got to get the arms lined up. There we go. Under the panels here on the forms, we're going to open those up. Now you're going to see how this is going to fold up and over here. Like this. So bring these up and over. You can tab these two together. You can actually wait because you're going to have to move these legs pieces. You see these right here? You move that. You're going to line that up. This came untabbed on me. Ain't a big deal. We'll just tether it back together. You can see these little pegs here. They're actually going to peg in on this guy. So you're going to take his feet, shins. We're going to open these up. And these little pegs are going to go right in here. So I'm going to bring this down like this. So when we're doing that, we go ahead and now tab this to the front. So we'll bring this in. You're going to bring that down. Get that like that. See on this one. This is probably the hardest part I had with actual transformation, is getting all this to stay lined up. Tap. That. Now these here now tap into where his arms are. And that'll help lock his legs into place. This piece here is going to come up and over. And then two tabs are going to go right in there. And it's going to come untabbed. Ain't a big deal. There you go. There we go. Now we have got Wheeljack all transformed into his alt mode. Make sure everything stays tabbed and all locked in. There we go. About 12 minutes of filming for like 3 minutes on camera. And it makes a tiny little, I don't have big hands. I've been, you know, so I can cover the whole alt mode with my hand. So he's pretty small. Now you take his gun, you're going to put it up here. You see there's like a little notch, a little slot in his gun. He's got these tabs on the sides. And just goes right up top like that. I kind of wish you could store it somewhere underneath, but you can't. And that's sort of a bummer, but it's like an attack mode. And that is your Wheeljack in vehicle mode. Has wheels, will travel. Comparisons in alt mode with the Bumblebee movie Ratchet. And we have Dino from Transformers Dark of the Moon. And for our comparison with a legacy Transformer, here's Deluxe Class Tow Line. Close look in the alt mode. We can see Reparación de TV Pablo. I'll probably screw that up, but yeah, it's TV repair. Pablo's TV repair is what that is. So I'll be able to call him Pablo. I think on the Jada Toys version, the diecast, I know the big version, it says Franks instead of Pablo, which, man, I don't know. Turn the back. At least they painted in the windshields here. We do have little holes back here for the stuff to tab in. Place for the license plate. Tail lights not painted in, but the rear bumper is silver paint. Got pinned in tires back here, but not here. Well, at least it's not too bad looking. It doesn't look that bad. You can get a little silver paint pin. You can just tab right there in the and make that silver, so make it uniform. But it does have the Volkswagen logo inside the tires there. Front Volkswagen logo here. Silver headlights, silver painted bumper, silver paint here, white paint here. So yeah, got a decent amount of paint on this little guy here. Everything tidies up nice and neat, especially with the leg shins covering up. A lot of the stuff hides the hands and everything. Final thoughts on Pablo or Studio Series Rise of the Beast Wheeljack. It's a nice figure. It's unique. It's different. The head sculpt is really the biggest crime here because it just looks like Steve Urkel to me. You've got the freaking suspenders, but it's the seatbelts. That's cool. It's unique. It's different. I mean, I don't mind it so much. It's just a big change from the Bumblebee movie Wheeljack to this Wheeljack. That's my biggest gripe. Overall, I do like unique looking Transformers. He makes a unique looking robot mode. Like I said, just the head sculpt is the alt mode is fine. I really do like the alt mode. Again, it's different, it's unique. It throws me back to a simpler time. It's nostalgia. It's an older alt mode. I like that. It's something that a Transformer could actually transform into to sort of hide or blend in. It's not the sports car that Wheeljack normally is. And I can see how people hating on that. They could really name this guy any other name. He didn't, as far as I can remember, didn't do much scientifically in the movie. He could have been like Huffer, Gears, anything. Just he's a truck, he's a van. There you go. But it's unique, and that's why I got it. And I do like this. Will he be Wheeljack in my collection? I don't know. I'll probably just call him Pablo when I see him. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until the next ones. Peace out.